Okay guys, third vlog, and this is Niagara, and this is me just arriving, and I just wanted to film this rather humongous blue bridge. Now when I arrived, I thought the first thing I'll do is check out the rapids, because apparently they're pretty cool, and that they were. There they are. These are rapids, these are at the top of Niagara Falls, and this is the first waterfall I came across, which is America Falls, which is the lesser of the two main waterfalls, but still pretty amazing. I think you can tell from this footage. It's actually really deafening. I've actually got the volume turned quite low on this, so you can hear my ramblings, but it's absolutely deafening. Okay, now this is my first glimpse of Horseshoe Falls, the iconic falls everyone knows about Niagara, and it was absolutely amazing. And it was so cool just to be up there, and you could, the mist was right in my face, and I was getting soaked, even at the top of the falls, getting completely soaked. So why am I now filming a load of random people, I hear you cry? Well, the reason being is a little interesting thing I found was that so much static electricity is produced is that everyone's hair stands on end. So if you look at the women's hair, you'll see it's standing straight up, which I find really quite interesting actually. It's quite a cool little thing. Then there you go. Anyway, there's Horseshoe Falls again from a distance. It's starting to get a bit dusky now, getting to the evening. And when it does get to evening, it comes alive, and they turn on the light show, and that's how it looks. It looks absolutely stunning. So the atmosphere is just amazing up there. I'm on an observation deck at this point, getting ready for the fireworks, which were due to start any time, but enjoying the light show, and look at that, it's absolutely amazing. So when the fireworks started, then that made it a real evening. I mean, having one of the best fireworks displays I've ever seen on the right. Niagara Falls lit up with multicoloured lights. I mean, what more can you ask for? It was absolutely awesome, and the fact that I was on 200 feet up on an observation deck made it even all the more special, because you're looking down on the falls, and also some of the fireworks, because they were kind of in line with us, and some of them actually were exploding below where I was standing, which was quite an odd thing. But yeah, what an amazing experience. And then look at obviously the lights of Niagara on the Canada side there in the background, which was absolutely phenomenal. Now this is the Maid of the Mist trip. That's those little boats you've seen going in and out of under the falls, and it was an amazing experience. But incredibly wet though, as you can probably imagine, and I got totally soaked through. And I'm actually filming blind here, so I'm pleased that the footage has come out okay, because it seems that the cheap hair gel that I bought in America, when mixed with water, has a similar chemical compound to Sarson's malt vinegar. So my eyes, I couldn't keep my eyes open, there's absolute agony, so I'm glad the footage is not too bad. But yeah, so it's an absolutely awesome experience. So I mean, the conditions down there, it's like being in a hurricane. There's like ferocious winds, steam in your face constantly, really amazing. And then here we go up to Horseshoe Falls, which, I mean, literally just feels like you're on another planet when you're down there. And there's obviously the falls. Like I say, I was totally blind here, so I couldn't see what was going on. Now, when I came out of the Maid of the Mist, I thought, right, I've had enough of the States. I'm going to go to Canada. So I did. I took the 6-minute walk across the bridge, and I'm now in Canada, looking across at, that's the American Falls you can see there. That's the observation deck I was standing on the previous night. Yeah, and it looks pretty amazing, and Canada are spotted by the best views of both falls. So there's Horseshoe Falls from here, and there's an unwitting Maid of the Mist going through the fog there as well. You can see Charles there a few minutes ago. But it's a great view, and you see in a second I go right up to the Horseshoe Falls, and it's quite a spectacular sight. You'll see that in a second. Now, if you don't like rainbows, you may want to look away for the next couple of minutes, because it's rainbow central for a little while. Not content to give you footage of Horseshoe Falls, American Falls and the rainbow, I've got 2 rainbows in one shot here, as you can see there. There's one and there's a second one. So I'm pretty pleased with that footage. But yeah, I mean, when you're up this end, there's pretty much wherever you look there's a rainbow, and it's pretty spectacular to have it all in one shot. So there you go, and then there you can see, yes, okay, there's a rainbow, look, I'm so beautiful and I frame every picture, okay, fine, you can stop showing off now rainbows, that's fine. But I mean, absolutely awesome though. I mean, look at that, spectacular, looking down on the rapids below there, absolutely gorgeous. So once I'd seen quite a lot of close-up of the falls in pretty much from every angle, and got witnessed all of their majesty, I realised it was time to get to the chopper. So that's what I did, and I got myself into a helicopter And there's me. There we go. This is me just taking off. I'm not actually flying, of course. That would be quite an interesting thing if I'd have learnt to fly while I was there. But anyway, look at, if you can see from this is real best seats of the house. There's American Falls and Horseshoe Falls. And a little interesting little fact, you see that little pier looking thing there? That's actually like a gigantic tap for the Horseshoe Falls, and they can turn them up and down as they want. So what they do in the winter time, when they need more electric power to power everyone's homes, they turn the falls down to a fraction of their current flow, and divert the water away for electric power. But to think that the most powerful phenomenon in nature can just be turned down with a tap is quite a hard thing to get your head around, really. But there it is, yeah. So they just basically block the water. But it's amazing to think that that's what they can do. There's the bridge, which is quite cool as well. It goes over to Canada side. Yeah, so you can see the views from up here, absolutely amazing. There's the rapids at the top of the falls, phenomenal. I mean, they look pretty inconspicuous from up here, but I can tell you they're deafening and they're really raging when you're down near them. But yeah, so there's American Falls again, loads of good views. Anyway, that was a great trip. Then after that, I thought I'd take a little bike trip along the cliff, so that's what I did. So I hired a mountain bike, and here's me riding along, risking my life for good footage. So to the left of me is a sheer cliff face going down to the rapids and the whirlpool. To the right is stinging nettles and rock falls and all sorts. So I'm literally risking my life and limb to bring you some of this footage. And there you are. These are some of the most violent rapids in the world now, leading up to the whirlpool. It's almost untraversable by original steamboats and things. Now this is me standing on the edge of a cliff, and below me, about 200 feet, is the rapids, and then there's the famed whirlpool of Niagara up the end there, which is where all the water goes into a huge pool, spins round. If you get stuck in it, you're in big trouble. This is me on another cliff just looking at the rapids, but they look pretty cool. And then after that, you've got the best shots from the bike. I rode back, and there's a nice little view as me riding back. Now, not just being content at looking down on the rapids, I wanted to fully immerse myself in them, so I got myself into a hydraulic powered jet boat and got down into the rapids and therefore experienced them firsthand, including the whirlpool. Now, I could only film the mild parts because the most extreme rapids are category 6, which are deemed life-threatening, but it was extremely exciting anyway. Hi all, this is my third vlog from Niagara Falls. Been another amazing time for me. I've only been here 3 days, but it's been 3 awesome days. I've fit so much stuff into that time. Been in a helicopter ride over the falls, looking down on them. I've been in a jet boat through the rapids, been on the Maid of the Mist. I've seen the waterfall lit up multicoloured, and also a firework display at night. All this stuff, and it's been a really amazing time. Absolutely loved every second of it. Bit of a scenery fest, and I must have seen more rainbows in the last 3 days than I've seen, probably same amount as in the last 20-25 years. I mean, I've probably seen 4-5 rainbows a day each day, so it's been really amazing, been incredible. So yeah, so I'm a little bit sceneried out, so now I'm looking forward to getting back into a city again. So with that, I'm going to Chicago, the Windy City, next. So I'm this evening I'm going to be spending all night on a Greyhound bus, which is going to be quite an adventure in its own right, with some very mixed characters. I can tell you from experience. So that should be interesting. But when I get there, I'll be in Chicago, and it's going to be awesome. Hopefully, there's loads of cool stuff I want to do, and hopefully I'll get some equally good footage as what I've got here, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. There's at least some percentage of the way as much as I have. So. I'll check in very soon with everyone, and yeah, enjoy. Hopefully you've enjoyed what you've seen from Niagara, and I'll give you some more footage soon of when I get to Chicago. So take care, see you soon.